Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm 67 years old now, and 4 years ago I was exhausted every single day. Today, I want to share the story of how one chance encounter at my doctor's office completely transformed my energy levels, and how it could change yours too. The morning I couldn't get out of bed. February 2021, 6:30 a.m., and I'm staring at the ceiling for the third time this week. Not because I couldn't sleep, but because the thought of facing another day felt overwhelming. At 63, I was getting 8 hours of sleep, but waking up more tired than when I went to bed. My morning routine was brutal. Drag myself to the coffee maker, drink 3 cups just to feel human, then spend the rest of the day cycling between caffeine highs and crushing fatigue crashes. By 2 p.m., I was done. By 4 p.m., I was counting hours until I could collapse on the couch. By evening, I was too tired to enjoy anything. Dinner with my wife felt like a chore. Hobbies sat abandoned, and I was in bed by 8:30 only to repeat the cycle. My doctor ran every test imaginable. Blood work was normal. Heart was fine. "It's just aging," he said with a shrug. "This is what happens after 60. But deep down, I knew this wasn't normal. I watched my grandfather stay active and alert well into his 80s. I'd seen plenty of energetic seniors, so why was I falling apart at 63? I felt like I was disappearing, becoming one of those people who just exist rather than live. That's when I met Dr. Margaret Chen, the doctor who changed everything. Dr. Chen wasn't my doctor. She was sitting in the same waiting room reading a medical journal with the focus of someone half her age. She had to be at least 75, but her posture was straight, her eyes bright, and she radiated an energy that I hadn't felt in years. When she noticed me struggling to stay awake in my chair, she smiled warmly and said, "Rough morning?" "Rough year," I admitted. "Actually, rough few years. I'm always exhausted, and my doctor says it's just part of getting older." Her expression changed immediately. "How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?" 63. She laughed, not mockingly, but with genuine amusement. "Honey, I'm 76, and I wake up every morning excited to start my day. Fatigue isn't a requirement of aging. It's a symptom of living against your biology instead of with it." That conversation lasted 20 minutes and changed my entire understanding of energy and aging. Dr. Chen's energy philosophy. 3 days later, I'm sitting in Dr. Chen's home office. She'd retired from active practice, but still mentored young doctors and researched longevity. Her bookshelves were packed with research on circadian rhythms, cellular energy, and healthy aging. "Robert," she said, pouring tea that smelled like herbs I couldn't identify, "when you were young, your body was incredibly resilient. You could abuse it with bad sleep, poor food, and stress, and it would bounce back quickly." I nodded. "Those days are long gone." "Exactly. But here's what most people don't understand. Your body at 63 isn't broken. It's just more honest. It can't mask poor energy habits anymore. The good news is, when you align with your body's needs instead of fighting them, you can actually have more sustainable energy than you had in your 40s. She opened a thick research folder. "For the past 15 years, I've been studying what I call energy resilience in adults over 60. I've identified 7 daily practices that can restore natural energy without relying on stimulants or supplements. What she showed me next revolutionized how I think about fatigue and vitality. The 7 energy rituals. Dr. Chen's approach was unlike anything I'd heard before. Instead of fighting fatigue with caffeine or pushing through exhaustion, she taught me to work with my body's natural energy systems. These aren't quick fixes, she explained. They're daily rituals that compound over time. Most people see dramatic improvements within 2 to 3 weeks, but the real transformation happens over months. She handed me a simple chart showing the 7 practices. Ritual 1. The 6-minute morning reset.
Ritual 2. Hydration timing protocol.
Ritual 3. The energy eating window. Ritual 4. Movement microdoses. Ritual 5. The afternoon recovery pause. Ritual 6. Evening energy banking. Ritual 7. The sleep architecture reset. The beauty of this system, Dr. Chen continued, is that each ritual takes less than 10 minutes, but they work synergistically. When you do all 7 consistently, the combined effect is exponential. I was skeptical. After years of fatigue, simple rituals seemed too easy to work. Start with just 1, she suggested. Master it for a week, then add the next one. By the time you're doing all 7, your energy transformation will feel almost magical. My 30-day energy transformation. Walking home, I felt something I hadn't experienced in years, hope mixed with healthy skepticism. Could simple daily rituals really restore energy that medications and lifestyle changes hadn't touched? I decided to treat it like an experiment. I would follow Dr. Chen's protocol exactly as prescribed and document everything. Week 1. The 6-minute morning reset. The first ritual seemed almost too simple. 2 minutes of deep breathing, 2 minutes of gentle stretching, 2 minutes of gratitude reflection. Do this immediately upon waking, Dr. Chen had instructed. Before coffee, before checking your phone, before anything else. Day 1 was awkward. Sitting on the edge of my bed, breathing deeply while my mind raced about the day ahead, felt forced and artificial. But something interesting happened on day 4. Instead of my usual groggy stumble to the coffee maker, I found myself naturally moving with more purpose. The breathing seemed to activate something in my nervous system. By day 7, I was waking up slightly more alert. The morning fog that usually lasted until my second cup of coffee was lifting faster. Week 2. Adding the hydration protocol. Dr. Chen's second ritual was specific about timing. 16 ounces of room temperature water immediately after the morning reset. 8 ounces every 90 minutes throughout the day. Stop drinking fluids 3 hours before bedtime. Dehydration is the #1 cause of fatigue in adults over 60, she'd explained. But it's not just about quantity, it's about timing. Your aging kidneys process water differently, and your thirst sensation diminishes. The difference was noticeable within 3 days. The 2 p.m. energy crash that had plagued me for years became much less severe. I wasn't reaching for that 3rd or 4th cup of coffee. More surprisingly, I was sleeping better. Dr. Chen had warned that proper hydration during the day reduces the need to drink fluids in the evening, preventing nighttime bathroom trips that fragment sleep. Week 3. The energy eating window. The 3rd ritual challenged everything I thought I knew about senior nutrition. Eat your largest meal between 12 and 2 p.m. when digestive fire is strongest. Keep breakfast light, fruit, yogurt, or simple proteins. Make dinner your smallest meal, finished 3 hours before bed. Focus on nutrient density, not calorie restriction. As we age, our digestive systems follow the sun, Dr. Chen had explained. Fighting this natural rhythm by eating heavy meals at night forces your body to choose between digestion and cellular repair during sleep. This was the hardest ritual to implement. Our evening family dinners were sacred, and the idea of eating my biggest meal at lunch felt socially awkward. But the results were undeniable. Within 5 days, I stopped feeling sluggish after meals. The post-lunch energy dip that used to require a nap became barely noticeable. Most remarkably, I started waking up genuinely refreshed instead of groggy. Dr. Chen later explained that when your body isn't spending sleep time digesting heavy meals, it can focus on cellular repair and energy restoration. Week 4, movement microdoses. The fourth ritual was about redefining exercise for energy rather than fitness. 2 minutes of movement every hour you're awake. Focus on circulation, not intensity. Examples: walking, stretching, dancing, cleaning, gardening. Seniors often think they need intense exercise to boost energy, Dr. Chen had said, but after 60, frequent, gentle movement is far more effective than occasional strenuous exercise. This ritual was a revelation. Instead of forcing myself through exhausting gym sessions that left me depleted for days, I began taking brief movement breaks throughout the day. A 2-minute walk around the house between activities, gentle stretching while watching TV, dancing to one song while making dinner. These tiny movements accumulated into something powerful. By the end of week 4, I realized I'd been sitting in my recliner for entire evenings without moving. No wonder I felt stiff and sluggish. The micro movements kept energy flowing throughout my body. The compound effect. After 30 days of consistently practicing the first 4 rituals, something remarkable happened. I woke up one morning and realized I hadn't thought about being tired in several days. My energy wasn't just better. It was different. Instead of the jittery artificial alertness from caffeine, I felt a steady, sustainable vitality that lasted throughout the day. My wife noticed the change before I did. "You're moving differently," she observed. "You seem lighter somehow." She was right. The heavy, sluggish feeling that had become my normal state was lifting. I was engaging in conversations instead of just getting through them. I was suggesting weekend activity instead of dreading them.
But Dr. Chen had warned me that the first 4 rituals were just the foundation. The real transformation would come from mastering all 7.
Rituals 5 to 7, the complete system. Encouraged by my initial success, I was eager to add the remaining 3 rituals. Ritual 5, the afternoon recovery pause.
This 8-minute practice happened between 1 and 3 p.m.
Find a quiet space. Sit comfortably with eyes closed.
Focus on breath for 5 minutes.
Spend 3 minutes setting intention for the evening. This isn't napping, Dr. Chen had explained. It's conscious rest that resets your nervous system for the second half of your day. Initially, I felt guilty about doing nothing in the middle of the afternoon, but within a week, I noticed this brief pause prevented the late-day exhaustion that used to make evenings miserable. Instead of collapsing after dinner, I had energy for conversation, reading, or light activities. The afternoon pause seemed to create a bridge between my active day and restful evening. Ritual 6, evening energy banking. This ritual prepared my body and mind for restorative sleep. Dim all lights 90 minutes before bedtime. Do one gentle, enjoyable activity, reading, light stretching, or quiet conversation. Write down 3 things that went well that day.
set out everything needed for tomorrow morning.
Most seniors sabotage their sleep with bright lights and stimulating activities right up until bedtime, Dr. Chen had explained. Your aging eyes need more time to adjust to darkness, and your mind needs time to transition from active to restful states. This ritual transformed my evenings from mindless TV watching to intentional winding down. The gratitude practice in particular seemed to quiet the racing thoughts that often kept me awake. Ritual 7. The Sleep Architecture Reset. The final ritual optimized my sleep environment and timing. Keep bedroom temperature between 65 to 68 degrees.
Use blackout curtains or eye mask.
Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. If awake for more than 20 minutes at night, get up and do a quiet activity until sleepy. Sleep becomes more fragmented as we age, Dr. Chen had said, but you can work with these changes instead of fighting them. Consistent timing and optimal environment become crucial after 60 inches. This was perhaps the most challenging ritual because it required changing lifelong habits, but the improvement in sleep quality was dramatic.
Instead of waking up multiple times per night and lying there frustrated, I began sleeping more deeply and waking naturally, feeling refreshed.
The 90-day transformation results. After 3 months of practicing all 7 rituals consistently, my energy transformation was complete and remarkable. Before, woke up tired every day. Required 3 to 4 cups of coffee to function. Severe energy crashes at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Too exhausted for evening activities. In bed by 8:30 p.m. from exhaustion. After woke up naturally alert and refreshed. Drank 1 cup of coffee for enjoyment, not necessity. Steady energy throughout the day. Active and engaged in evening activities. Went to bed by 10 p.m. feeling peacefully tired, not exhausted. But the most profound change wasn't physical, it was psychological. I stopped thinking of myself as an old man who gets tired. I started seeing myself as someone who had learned to work with my body's natural rhythms.
The science behind the transformation.
6 months into my new routine, I was curious about why these simple rituals had such powerful effects. Dr. Chen invited me to her research group's monthly meeting, where she explained the science. Each ritual targets a different aspect of cellular energy production and regulation, she began, pointing to charts showing mitochondrial function, circadian rhythms, and nervous system balance. The morning reset activates your parasympathetic nervous system and sets circadian timing. Proper hydration supports cellular metabolism. Eating timing aligns with digestive circadian rhythms. Movement microdoses improve circulation and lymphatic drainage. The afternoon pause prevents nervous system overload. Evening energy banking prepares optimal sleep. And sleep architecture reset ensures deep, restorative sleep cycles. She showed research indicating that each ritual individually could improve energy by 10 to 15%, but when combined, the effects were multiplicative rather than additive. What you've experienced, she concluded, is your body's natural energy systems working optimally for the first time in years. Why age is actually an advantage. One of my biggest concerns initially was whether I was too old to make such dramatic changes. Dr. Chen's research revealed why the opposite is true, neuroplasticity advantage. Older brains are better at forming lasting habits because they're less distracted by novelty-seeking behaviors. Motivation, clarity, Seniors have stronger motivation to maintain energy because they understand its importance for independence and quality of life. Time. Availability. Most people over 60 have more control over their schedules, making it easier to implement consistent routines. Wisdom. Application. Life experience makes seniors better at recognizing what truly works versus what just sounds good. Reduced ego barriers. Older adults are generally more willing to follow proven systems instead of trying to customize everything. Overcoming common obstacles. After sharing my story with friends, I encountered every possible objection and excuse. Here are the most common concerns and how to address them. I'm too tired to start an energy routine. This was my biggest fear, that I didn't have enough energy to do things that would give me energy. Dr. Chen's solution was brilliant. Start with just the 6-minute morning reset. Do only this for 1 full week. Don't add anything else until this feels natural and easy. Energy builds on energy, she explained. That first ritual will give you enough boost to handle the second one. I've tried everything already. I said the same thing, but Dr. Chen pointed out that most energy solutions for seniors focus on what to add: supplements, exercises, activities. Her system focuses on when to do things, which is often more important than what you do. My schedule is too unpredictable. This was my wife's concern as she helped care for our elderly parents. Dr. Chen's answer: the rituals become more important when life is unpredictable, are not less important. They provide stability when everything else is chaotic. She taught us to adapt the rituals to any situation while maintaining their core elements. I don't want to become obsessive about routines. Several friends worried that 7 daily rituals would make life feel rigid and joyless. The opposite proved true. Having reliable energy made spontaneous activities more enjoyable, not less. Freedom comes from discipline, Dr. Chen often said. When your energy is predictable, your choices become unlimited. The ripple effects. The most surprising aspect of my energy transformation was how it affected every other area of my life. Relationships. With more energy, I became a more engaged husband, father, and friend. Conversations became enjoyable instead of exhausting. Hobbies. I rediscovered interests I'd abandoned due to fatigue. Woodworking, reading, gardening. Having energy made everything more appealing. Health. My doctor was amazed by improvements in my blood pressure, sleep quality, and overall vitality markers. Mental clarity. The brain fog that had become constant lifted dramatically. I could think clearly throughout the day instead of just in the morning. Confidence. Knowing I could rely on my energy gave me confidence to make plans and commitments I'd been avoiding. Contribution. Instead of feeling like a burden on my family, I had energy to help and support others. Teaching the system to others. Word spread quickly about my transformation. Friends, family members, and even strangers began asking about Dr. Chen's energy rituals. With her permission, I started informally coaching other seniors through the system. Over the past 2 years, I've helped dozens of people reclaim their energy and vitality. The success rate has been remarkable. About 85% of people who follow the complete system for 90 days report significant energy improvements. But I've learned some important lessons about what makes the difference between success and failure. Successful people start with one ritual and master it before adding others. Track their progress daily.
Focus on consistency over perfection.
View the rituals as self-care, not chores. Have support from family or friends, people who struggle. Try to implement all rituals at once. Skip rituals when they don't feel like it. Modify the rituals before understanding why they work. Expect immediate dramatic results. Keep their efforts secret from others. The 1-week challenge. If you've read this far, you're probably wondering if these rituals could work for you. Here's how to find out. Choose just one ritual. I recommend the 6-minute morning reset because it has the fastest noticeable impact. For 7 days, do this ritual immediately upon waking before anything else. No exceptions, no modifications, no skipping. Track your energy level each day on a scale of 1 to 10 at 3 times, morning, afternoon, and evening. That's it. Just 1 week, 1 ritual, simple tracking. I predict that by day 4, you'll notice a subtle but definite improvement. By day 7, you'll be ready to add the 2nd ritual. Advanced energy optimization. After mastering the 7 basic rituals, Dr. Chen taught me several advanced techniques for optimal energy. Seasonal adjustments, modifying ritual timing based on daylight changes throughout the year. Energy investment strategy, learning when to spend energy for maximum return versus when to conserve. Social energy management, understanding how different people and activities affect your energy levels. Stress inoculation, using controlled challenges to build energy resilience rather than avoiding all stress. Energy, forecasting, planning high energy activities during your peak times and low energy activities during natural dips. These advanced techniques can increase energy levels even further, but they're only effective after the 7 basic rituals become automatic. The community connection. One unexpected benefit of following Dr. Chen's energy system was connecting with other seniors who prioritized vitality over mere survival. I discovered a whole community of people over 60 who were more energetic, engaged, and enthusiastic than many people half their age. They shared a common understanding that aging well requires intentional daily practices. These connections led to hiking groups, book clubs, volunteer opportunities, and travel adventures I never would have had energy for previously. My social circle expanded dramatically when I stopped being too tired to participate in life. Planning for the future. At 67, with 4 years of high energy living behind me, I'm already thinking about how to maintain vitality into my 70s, 80s, and beyond. Dr. Chen, now 80, continues to be my model. She's adapted the rituals as her needs have changed, but has never abandoned the core principles. Energy management becomes more important with age, not less important, she recently told me. But the beautiful thing about these rituals is they can evolve with you, while maintaining their effectiveness. She's shown me how each ritual can be modified for different physical capabilities, while preserving its essential benefits. This gives me confidence that the energy I've rebuilt will be sustainable for decades to come. The letter to my exhausted past self. If I could go back to that morning when I couldn't get out of bed, here's what I would say. Your fatigue isn't a character flaw or an inevitable part of aging. It's your body asking you to work with it instead of against it. The energy you remember from your younger years isn't gone. It's just buried under years of habits that don't serve your changing biology. 7 simple daily rituals will give you more sustainable energy than you had in your 40s. You'll wake up excited about your day instead of dreading it. You'll have energy for relationships, activities, and contributions that matter to you. Most importantly, you'll discover that your best years don't have to be behind you. They can be right now, starting today. Your energy awakening begins now. I want to end with a promise. No matter how tired you are right now, no matter how long you've been exhausted, no matter what your doctor has told you about normal aging, you have the power to reclaim your energy. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen faster than you think. Within days of starting the first ritual, you'll notice subtle improvements. Within weeks, the changes will be obvious to others. Within months, you'll wonder how you ever lived with chronic fatigue. The rituals are simple, but they're not easy. They require consistency and commitment. But the alternative is accepting exhaustion as your new normal, and you deserve so much better than that.
Dr. Chen taught me that energy isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create through daily choices. Every morning, you get to choose between habits that drain your energy and habits that restore it.
The wisdom is here, the system works. The only question is whether you'll take the first step. The challenge. Your assignment for this week is simple. Start tomorrow morning with the 6-minute reset ritual. Set your alarm 10 minutes earlier than usual. When it goes off, sit on the edge of your bed and spend 2 minutes breathing deeply and slowly. 2 minutes doing gentle stretches, 2 minutes thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. Do this before coffee, before checking your phone, before anything else. Track how you feel each morning, afternoon, and evenings on a scale of 1 to 10. That's it. Don't overthink it. Don't modify it. Don't skip it. After 7 days, come back to this video and leave a comment sharing your experience. I read every comment and respond to as many as possible. In memory of Dr. Margaret Chen. Last month, Dr. Chen passed away peacefully at age 80, surrounded by family and the dozens of people whose lives she'd transformed through her energy research. Even in her final weeks, she maintained the daily rituals that had given her 15 extra years of vitality, independence, and contribution. She died the way she lived, with energy, purpose, and grace. Her legacy lives on in every person who chooses to reclaim their energy, instead of accepting exhaustion as inevitable. If this video inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more evidence-based wisdom about aging well. In the comments below, tell me, what time of day do you usually feel most tired? That information will help me create future content targeted to your specific challenges. Remember, in honor of Dr. Margaret Chen, who taught me that being over 60 doesn't mean being tired. It means being wise enough to give your body what it actually needs to thrive. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep building your energy, one ritual at a time. Your most energetic years are still ahead of you.